Hello students, the next chapter which we are going to see in geography is lithosphere. Okay, so in this chapter we will be learning about the meaning of lithosphere and its importance, the structure of the earth and its composition, and the structure of rocks, and the internal forces which is volcanoes. Okay, so in this chapter most of the topics has been reduced or they have been deleted because of this pandemic time. So most of the thing like earthquake, tsunami and their effects of life, the external forces like temperature, wind, rain, rivers, and the meaning of the underground water and its importance, so these topics have been deleted. Okay, so with this what it's given in there in the portion we will see it now. Okay, so first of all we are going to see about the meaning and the importance of the lithosphere. So before going into detail about lithosphere, can just imagine what is a lithosphere, or can you remember the word litho means nothing but rock. Okay, so the outermost solid layer of the earth is known as lithosphere. Okay, so this layer is very thick in the continents and quite thin under the sea floor. Okay, so it is very thick in the continents and it is very thin under the sea floor. Okay, so the lithosphere consists of rocks, minerals, soils, etc. Okay, so life exists, that means it goes on this layer with the help of atmosphere, that is air, and the hydrosphere, which is water. Okay, so continents are parts of the lithosphere where different landforms like mountains, plateaus, plains, etc. are found. Okay, so this is the meaning, okay, of what is lithosphere and what are consist in that. Okay, so next we will be going to see about the earth's interior and the composition. So what does it contain and what does it compose of it? Okay, so our earth is more than 4.6 billion years old and still in the process of changing. Okay, so it is like 4.6 billion years old and still it has happening the changes in it. Okay, man is in quest means search, of understanding this change and eager to know more about inside the earth. So he is very much eager, who the man is very much eager to find out what are there inside the earth. Okay, so what is inside the earth is still a mystery for man, that is it's very strange for man to find out what's there inside the earth. With years of study and research, human beings have been able to get information about the materials inside the earth up to 10 to 12 kilometers. Okay, so going beyond this depth is very difficult due to the increase of temperature. So what about the temperature will be there? It will be 1 degree Celsius for every 32 meters. Okay, so it is very difficult to search out or find out what's there, okay, beyond that. So to understand more about the earth's interior, humans are dependent on indirect evidences such as seismic waves. Seismic waves are nothing but the earthquake. Okay, then volcanic materials, etc. Okay, so the earth's interior comprises of various materials in different forms. Okay, so we will get in different forms the various materials available in the earth's interior part. On the basis of density of material, chemical composition, and the physical state of matter, the earth's interior is classified into three main layers. So, okay, so as per the density of the material and the chemical composition which we found out, the earth's interior is classified as three layers, which is crust, mantle, and core. Okay, so now we will see in detail what is crust, what is mantle, and what is core. Okay, so here they have given the interior of the earth and the structure of the earth. Okay, the interior part. I just wanted you to draw this picture in your classwork note. Okay, so the crust is the uppermost layer of the earth, rich in silica, aluminium, and magnesium. So crust is the uppermost layer of the earth, and what it is rich in? It is rich in silica, aluminium, and magnesium. Okay, so note down this point as a point order. Okay, so like like 1 2 3 4, point out it and write those as a point. Okay, so that it will be easy for you to remember it. So the depth of this layer is around 60 kilometers from the surface. Okay, so this is the, it has a depth for around 60 kilometers. In the upper part of the crust only lighter materials are found. Okay, so it is called Cl. Cl means silica and aluminium. C and L. Okay, or continental crust. So the other name of Cl is continental crust. The lower part of the crust is rich in silica and magnesium, and it is called as CIMA, that is, or oceanic crust. Okay, CIMA, okay, silica and magnesium or oceanic crust. So we got two types in it, which is a Cl and CIMA. Cl is a silica and aluminium or continental crust. CIMA is silica and magnesium or oceanic crust. I hope you have understood what is crust. Okay. So next part is the mantle. Mantle is nothing but the second or the middle layer of the earth, and the depth of this layer is up to 2900 kilometers from the surface. Okay, so whereas in crust it is around 60 kilometers from the surface, and the mantle is 2900 kilometers from the surface. The materials are in a semi-liquid or partially molten, that is liquefied state it will be, and it is called as magma. The mantle is composed of dense and rigid, that is hard rocks, which have predominance, that is greater in number of minerals like magnesium and iron. So we get more the quantity of magnesium and iron in that area. Okay, so the mantle has two parts. Upper mantle or asthenosphere is partially in a molten condition. Okay, which is like a liquefied condition, and the lower mantle or the mesosphere in solid condition. Okay, so in this mantle itself you will be able to find two layers, which is upper mantle and lower mantle. Upper mantle is asthenosphere and the lower mantle is mesosphere. Okay, so the contact zone of the crust and the mantle is called Mohorovic discontinuity or MOHO. Okay, so while the boundary that separates the mantle from the core is called as Gutenberg discontinuity. Okay, so this part and all you have to mark it. Okay, so that it will be easy for you to remember it. Okay, so this is the boundary which separates the mantle from the core. Core is the innermost layer. Okay, so it is called as the Gutenberg discontinuity. Here the rocks are different in chemical composition from those below and above. Okay, so here in this part it has a varies of chemical composition. Okay, so the third most layer is the core. This is the innermost layer of the earth. Okay, so the depth of this layer is up to 6371 kilometers from the surface. Okay, so the most important materials of the core are nickel and ferrous, that is iron. So it is known as NIFE, that is NIF, we can say that, or nickel, right? NIFE. The core is divided into two sub-layers, which is the outer core is known as the molten core, where the materials are in a liquid and in a molten form. Okay, liquefied form. The inner core is known as a solid core, which will be in a solid state. Okay, so in this part you can make a differentiate between the crust, mantle and core. Okay, make a differentiate like column, you can make that so that it will be easy for you to understand, like partially do it as a differentiate. Okay, like you can write this is an uppermost, this is a middle layer, and this is the innermost. Then how about the depth in crust, mantle and core, so etc etc. So you can find out the easy method of learning this the layers. Okay,